Rick Santelli in Chicago with a very special guest. Hey, Rick.
Yes, thank you, Carl, and I'd like to welcome Mark Grant, Southwest Securities. Mark, thanks for taking the time, and it was last minute, but the reason I wanted you today specifically is you wrote a very interesting piece on a day where, you know, we saw retail sales in Germany a bit better. The German economy isn't doing bad, but in my opinion, Germany really isn't the issue. So let's start with the periphery and work our way in. What have you seen of late regarding updates on Greece and Cyprus?
Well, Greece's economy is in horrible shape and getting worse, regardless of what any official agency tells you. The retail sales, Rick, were down 14.2% last month versus a year ago. The economy is in terrible shape. They've had tries at 2 privatizations that have not happened, and I expect that they're going to be back soon asking for more money, and I think that's going to be very problematic for the European Union.
Okay, Cyprus?
Cyprus will have about $10.17 left in the bank accounts of the country by the end of the year. The amount of money that's flowing out of the Cyprus banks is ungodly, even though they continue to have the capital controls. But, Rick, Cyprus is a country that's bankrupt and is going to be back for more money as well.
All right, now, let's get to the epicenter, France. Hollande's ratings are plummeting. He is a socialist. The people in his party aren't very happy about his behavior on cutting spending. But what does it tell us? Hollande isn't doing this voluntarily. He sees a certain reality. Can you describe what reality he sees and how even that reality is probably underpriced?
Yes, I can, Rick. The debt to GDP ratio that is the official number is 90.2%. The real debt to GDP number, which is just a calculation including the liabilities of France that aren't counted, is just shy of 200%. And here's the issue, Rick. You cannot count things, you cannot count the bills, but the bills still have to be paid, and that's the problem. The other issue is a political one. They've raised taxes to 75%. They have a tremendous social system that's incredibly expensive, a tremendous amount of people that work for the government. They've driven out entrepreneurs. They've driven out a lot of the major companies in France, and they cannot afford any longer all the social problems that they have. And the miss, Rick, in terms of what France is going to miss in terms of the debt ratio that mandated by Europe is going to be way more in reality than they're going to tell us.
Mark, I wish we had more time. I always do when you're the guest. Thanks for taking the time. And before